Yeah, it's that, stepping up to the game, living life prepared, I'm not here for the fame. With a plan in my hand, gotta make it alright. Through the storms and the struggles, I'm ready to fight. Prepare for the worst while I aim for the best. That's unique prepping, we're reaching new heights. Living strong and ready, we're chasing the lights. With courage as armor, we'll conquer the day. Together we rise, we'll fight our own way. Stacking knowledge and skills, I'm building my base. In this world of chaos, I'm finding my space. No fear in the hustle, I'm sharpening my tools. When the world brings the waves, I'm breaking the rules. Stand tall, keep grinding, never lose sight. Yeah, that's unique prepping, we're reaching new heights. Living strong and ready, we're chasing the lights. With courage as armor, we'll conquer the day. Together we rise, we'll find our own way. We'll find our own way. Stand tall, keep grinding, never lose sight. Stacking knowledge and skills, I'm building my base. In this world of chaos, I'm finding my space. No fear in the hustle, I'm sharpening my tools. When the world brings the waves, I'm breaking the rules. Stand tall, keep grinding, never lose sight. Never lose sight. Yeah, stand tall, keep grinding, never lose sight. Let's break every chain, with Zach in the lead. We'll never feel pain, never feel pain, never feel pain. With Zach in the lead, we'll never feel pain, never feel pain, never feel pain. With Zach in the lead, we'll never feel pain. With Zach in the lead, we'll never feel pain. With Zach in the lead, we'll never feel pain. We'll never feel pain. We'll never feel pain. We'll never feel pain. Out on the road, or safe at home. Life can turn on a dime when you're on your own. But there's a light, guiding hands acts here to show you how to make a stand.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Unique Prepping, where innovation meets preparation, and everyone's unique abilities come together to build a stronger, united community. Unique Prepping exists to empower individuals to embrace their unique strengths and abilities while preparing for the challenges of tomorrow. Our channel is about more than just survival, it's about thriving in every aspect of life. We focus on practical prepping, from mastering gardening and sustainable living to honing essential survival skills, fostering a spirit of self-reliance, and building meaningful connections with like-minded individuals who share the same goals. Why unique? Because we believe that everyone, regardless of their circumstances or abilities, has something valuable to contribute to the prepping community. We are here to break down barriers, challenge limitations, and show that preparation is for everyone. This is a space where creativity meets practicality, and where we celebrate the diverse talents and perspectives that make us stronger together. It's not about fitting into a mold. It's about embracing what makes each of us special and leveraging those strengths to overcome challenges. Here, we don't just prepare for the future, we embrace it with open arms and open minds, crafting a lifestyle that values self-reliance, resilience, and the spirit of unity. Whether it's growing our own food, building essential skills, or navigating life's challenges with unique abilities, we're here to show that nothing can hold us back. Our goal is to equip you with the tools, strategies, and confidence needed to tackle life's uncertainties head-on and emerge stronger, wiser, and more prepared than ever. In this journey, we strive to empower you with knowledge, inspire you with ideas, and unite us all through a shared mission, to be ready, to be resourceful, and to be resilient. Together, we can face any storm, rise above any obstacle, and shine light on the path forward. Through collaboration and determination, we can create a community where everyone feels valued and supported, where no challenge is too great, and where the bonds we build stand the test of time. So, let's gear up, get creative, and continue this incredible journey of prepping, learning, and growing as a community. This is Unique Prepping, where every step we take is a step towards a brighter and more secure tomorrow. It's more than just a channel, it's a movement, a way of life, and a promise to face the future together. Are you ready? Let's dive in and get started. At Unique Prepping, we're all about building stronger communities and preparing for the unexpected. Now, we're taking our mission even further by partnering with Stolen Spirits, a powerful initiative focused on raising awareness for missing and murdered Indigenous women and girls. Together, we're blending preparedness with advocacy, shining a light on the issues that matter most. Join us as we unite for a cause, inspire change, and build a future where every voice is heard and every life is valued. Unique Prepping and Stolen Spirits, stronger together.
What's going on? Boogity, 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 let's go racing.
Yep.
Oh, I'm sorry. I guess I got to explain why I said that.
Good evening, our
Zach.
prepping community, and welcome to the 32nd installment of Unique Prepping's community. On tonight's episode, we are going to be discussing weeding out the wolves in a community. I'm your host, producer and community member Unique Prepping, and with me are my brothers and our community members Mike from Battlefield Productions and Shane from SICK2210 Productions. Down in the description, I put their channel links. Please go subscribe and keep growing this beautiful community. Before we get started, how are you guys tonight?
Hey Zach, I'm okay. I've had an interesting week. I've got an eye infection in my left eye, and then last night my power inverter went out, so I've been kind of bored on the road. So, and I know Shane's got some stuff going on too. So, the life of a truck driver, right? But I'm
Yeah.
good, Zach. Other than that, how are you doing, man? I'll let Shane. Uh oh, his camera fell over.
Oh, there I am.
That's how bad his day is.
Stuck here in South Carolina because management doesn't know how to manage. Time ran out, so I'm just sitting here till tomorrow. Then I can move this truck legally. But a plus side, I didn't tell you about that one. I met two drivers today. Two guys that drive for Team Penske, the car haulers, and they stopped here to get fuel. And the first guy was he drove the Joey Logano's truck, the number 22, and I'd always been fascinated about how do you get into doing that, hauling fucking NASCAR stock cars, and he was throwing some questions at me, like, he's like, well, it seems like you meet the qualifications. He gave me a website, and he's like, just fill out an application, man. You'll see what happens. It's team driving. I don't want to go back to team driving, but if I could get on driving a hauler for NASCAR, yeah, I'm there. So possible career change coming, maybe. I don't know. We'll see.
I don't know. I heard those drivers hate it. Just saying. Some of them.
Some of them. Yeah, this guy, he seemed pretty ecstatic about it. He said he loved doing it. They do get like 2 months off.
That's good, and I'm doing great. Thank you for joining me tonight on an important topic in today's society. Not everyone who claims to be part of a movement or community is genuinely there to help. Some come with hidden agendas, seeking to divide, take advantage, or disrupt the unity that makes a strong, self-reliant group thrive. Recognizing these individuals and taking the right steps to protect ourselves and our community is just as important as storing food, learning survival skills, and being prepared for the unknown. Prepping is about more than just gathering supplies. it's about surrounding yourself with the right people, those who share your values, are willing to work together, and truly have each other's backs.
Yeah, that's
Unfortunately,
true.
there will always be those who pretend to be helpful but only seek to take advantage of others. These wolves may disguise themselves as allies, but their actions eventually reveal their true nature. The key is learning how to spot them before they cause harm. When we build a community, whether online or in person, trust is the foundation that holds everything together. But trust should not be given blindly. It must be earned. Wolves in the community often prey on emotions, create division, and manipulate situations to benefit themselves. They may spread false information, cause unnecessary drama, or try to take control while pushing out those who actually contribute. Recognizing these tactics early can save a lot of heartache and damage.
You're the devil in disguise.
So how
Oh,
do we
yes,
weed
you
out these wolves? First, we must be vigilant. Pay attention to patterns of behavior, not just words. People who constantly stir up drama, pit others against each other, or make everything about
are. Mm-hmm.
themselves are red flags.
Mm-hmm.
Second,
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
communication is key. A strong community discusses concerns openly and addresses issues directly instead of letting them fester in secrecy. Wolves thrive on silence and fear, don't give them that power. It's also important to trust your instincts. If something feels off about someone, don't ignore it. We often sense when something isn't right before we fully understand why. Ask yourself, does this person contribute positively? Do they uplift others, or do they always seem to bring conflict? If the answer leans toward negativity, it might be time to step back and evaluate their true intentions.
Mm-hmm.
Another effective method is watching how people react to accountability. A genuine community member will be open to constructive criticism and willing to improve. A wolf, on the other hand, will lash out, play the victim, or deflect blame onto others. When someone gets defensive or starts pointing fingers at everyone but themselves, it's a strong indication of their true character. Weeding out the wolves is not about being paranoid, it's about being smart. A community built on trust, respect, and shared goals is much stronger than one full of division and manipulation. Sometimes, tough decisions have to be made for the greater good. It's better to have a small, solid group than a large one full of people who can't be trusted. At the end of the day, true prepping isn't just about having food, water, and gear, it's about having a strong, reliable community. In times of crisis, you need people who will have your back, not those who will stab you in it. Building that kind of network takes effort, discernment, and the courage to remove those who don't belong. What are your thoughts on this topic? Have you ever dealt with someone in a community who turned out to be a wolf? How did you handle it? Let's talk about it in the comments below. If you haven't already, please like, subscribe, share, and comment to help Unique Prepping's community grow. And don't forget to check out the LinkTree for everything Unique Prepping. Thanks for being here. Let's build a stronger, more united community together.
Mm-hmm.
Did you just
And
refer
that's
to
the
yourself in the third person?
yeah, and that, and that's the show, everybody. Thank you guys for coming. We enjoyed it. Have a good night. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Zach always with the gonna punch you in your
Said
face
it
with
right.
facts. Yeah.
You pretty much covered it all. Dang,
Yeah.
Zach.
Yeah.
Why are we here?
Yeah. Right. Hey, he just wanted some. He wanted three good-looking men up here. That's all it was. So y'all have a good night.
Zach, can you drop those questions in the private chat?
Oh, he'll put them up. I'll put him up for you.
Oh yeah, that's right. My
Yeah,
bad.
he's always
I
good.
was trying
He's
to
good
think
about that.
about them. I haven't had too much time to think about them, but I did
Question
look
number
at them. I
1.
did.
How can you identify the wolves in a community who seek to divide or take advantage of others?
All right,
Yeah,
so
essentially.
Zach said I was going to go first since you're not ready. So you think about it. All right, so here's the thing. Identifying bad people or wolves in a community is challenging because it's subjective, but there are signs or red flags to watch out for. And I'm going to name some, and we're going to go into a little bit deeper. Like Zach said behind the stage, we're going in deep. Okay, so what to watch out for is constant negativity. Zach already mentioned that. Spreading rumors, aggressive behavior, disregard for rules and community values, manipulative tactics, exploiting others, lack of empathy, taking advantage of situations. Zach's already mentioned that, and actively undermining positive initiative. It's important to consider the context and observe patterns of behavior over time before making these judgments. So let's dive deeper into the behaviors that we're going to be looking for. Okay, first one is disrespectful conduct. They're regularly talking down to others, they're interrupting, using abusive language, or showing blatant disregard for others' feelings. Another one is gossiping and rumors. We all know this one. It's spreading negative information about others to create drama or damage reputations. Blaming others. Zach mentioned this earlier too. Constantly finding faults with others and refusing to take the responsibility for their own action. Manipulative tactics. They do that by using guilt trips, charms, or threats to control others and get what they want. Is this starting to sound like anybody you guys might know? Yeah. Lack of accountability, avoiding responsibility for their actions and refusing to apologize when they do wrong. They can do no wrong, so they never will apologize, even if you point it out to them. Even if you give them all the receipts in the world, they still will not apologize for them doing wrong. Aggressive behavior. Now, this is a big one. Yelling, intimidation, physical and verbal threats, or engaging in violent acts. All right. So we're getting down to the last one, two, three. Yeah, three more. Exclusionary behavior. Um, they intentionally leave people out of activities or create cliques to isolate others. Exploiting situations. This is what Zach mentioned earlier. This is what they're doing. They're taking advantage of vulnerable people or situations for personal gain. Usually it's for likes, views, and clicks, right? We know a lot of, if you know anything about Instagram, a lot of Instagram people go to like a rally or something like that, and they take a picture. They're not even participating in the rally; they're just taking a picture. It's a photo op for them. So they're exploiting the situation. Um, or the last one is ignoring community norms. They're constantly breaking rules or laws and not respecting established community values. And the worst part is you'll see some of those that are breaking the rules or breaking the laws, and they will quote the laws, but they don't fully have an understanding of what they're quoting. They'll say like, "Oh, I'm not using defamation on you because for it to be defamation, it has to be lies. It has to be lies." Well, the problem is they might have a truth in there, but the rest of the information could be a lie, that's still defamation, and they don't understand that. Oh, I'm not using slander against you. I'm just saying bad things about you, even though I don't have any proof of it, and they will never retract from that. So those are some of the behaviors that you're looking for, and we'll get more into some of these other questions. We'll cover what to do and whatnot. Buff, did I give you enough time?
Yeah, I think you did. Excuse me. One of the key things I look for a wolf, in a sense, I look for movement, body language, whether it be just their eyes, mannerisms, um, simply like the way they interact with the group. Let's say we are, yeah, we're together as a group trying to survive. Um, I'm watching everybody's body movement. And you can tell when somebody is acting deceptively. They, if you're paying close enough attention, you can see somebody. I'm trying not to cuss because I got too much to say about this, but I'm trying to figure out how to do it without cussing. You can see how a mofo will move their body movement, just little hints you can catch. That's just like, you seem like you're up to something. Um, Body movement. Um, their state of mind. Um, Mayhem. Oh, I'm sorry. Battlefield. Just
Yeah, you can call
he
me
touched
Mayhem.
on that one.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to call you by your slave name, but Battlefield. He
Get the
touched
massa.
on
I'm sick of the bush massa.
he touched on this one. The state of wait, yeah, um, stating of facts. Are they lying? Can you believe any words that are coming out of said person's mouth that you might have a curiosity about? Listening to people. What are you saying to me right now? We as a group mentality can be focused on, okay, we're going to do this, we're going to try this on this goal, and that one person that might be the wolf will be like, well, no, I think we need to do it this way. Now right there, to go to take it further to an extent of does your plan that goes against our plan, does it put us in danger logically, or could it work? What is your state of mind? Um, and even if there's nothing like that, go back to the basis of the state of mind. You're thinking about, well, we should consume as many calories as we should. That's how we shall survive. Hold on, no, we're thinking about rationing things. We could run halfway on calorie intake if need be. Well, no, we should consume it all and we'll get out of here faster. Listen to people's state of mind.
Mm.
And the wolf is gonna be the one that always goes against the majority. They're always gonna be that one that goes against the majority. I mean, hell, it's like a not to get political, it's like a these turncoat Republicans we've had, the majority has voted for, oh, whatever, and Oh, there was one Republican that voted nay, while every single Democrat voted nay. I was like, oh, you're siding with them. Look at their actions. And it's just like, huh. I don't know how much I can trust you anymore. It's just, yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, actions speak a lot of words. Well, Zach, you know about that because you're all about, well, action, body movement, and you do say a lot of stuff, just simply through your body movement. Um, I love that about you. I'm glad I can understand it because the whole, cerebral palsy thing. I got a friend that has cerebral palsy. The way you move with your body says a lot about the message you're trying to send. And you can get that with a person that can straight up talk to you. And in a prepping community, um, that person doesn't have to say a word. It's just little actions. It's like, hey man, I think we should ration this water and maybe move it. Maybe we should put it over here, maybe do this with it. And the person you're talking to who thinks they're an authority, they're just like, whatever, just make subtle body movements. I know what your response is. It's F you. No, I know I can't trust you. You got some other intentions underneath the veil that you're trying to throw over my eyes. No, no. But I think yeah, yeah. So, um, yeah, that's all I got. All right. I had to check my list. Sorry. Oh, deceptiveness.
Identifying the wolves in a community requires a keen understanding of human behavior, patterns, and motives. Wolves are those who infiltrate a group under the guise of being helpful or supportive but ultimately have self-serving or destructive intentions. They may not always be easy to spot at first because they often blend in, mimicking the values and behaviors of the group to gain trust. Over time, however, their true nature begins to surface, revealing manipulation, division, and exploitation. One of the most common tendencies of a wolf is their ability to manipulate emotions. They often present themselves as victims or as having suffered some form of injustice, using this as a means to gain sympathy and support. This tactic allows them to position themselves in a place of influence where others feel obligated to defend or protect them. Once they secure this emotional leverage, they begin to subtly shift the narrative, creating discord and division within the community while portraying themselves as the only trustworthy source. Wolves often exploit trust by building relationships strategically rather than genuinely. Instead of forming connections based on mutual respect and shared goals, they attach themselves to key individuals who hold influence. They study personalities, finding weaknesses and vulnerabilities to exploit. Once they have gained the trust of a few, they use these relationships as shields, making it harder for the community to see their true motives. They leverage these alliances to silence criticism and create an illusion of credibility.
Yes. You're,
Creating division is another key tactic. Wolves thrive in environments where people are suspicious of one another. They subtly plant seeds of doubt, whispering half-truths, exaggerations, or outright lies to create rifts between community members. Their goal is to weaken the unity of the group so that they can assert more control. They often pit people against each other, encouraging unnecessary conflicts that distract from the true mission of the community. A wolf rarely takes direct responsibility for their actions. Instead, they shift blame onto others, portraying themselves as misunderstood or persecuted. If confronted, they skillfully redirect the conversation, making themselves the victim rather than addressing the actual concerns. They use deflection to avoid accountability, often attacking the credibility of the person raising concerns rather than answering the accusations honestly. This tactic keeps them from being held responsible for their actions while continuing to manipulate those around them. Another sign is inconsistency between words and actions. Wolves often speak about loyalty, unity, and helping others, but their actions rarely align with these claims. They may talk about sacrifice but are never willing to inconvenience themselves for the greater good. They may claim to support the community but only show up when there is something to gain. Observing long-term behavior rather than relying on words is key to identifying these inconsistencies. False humility is another mask they wear. Wolves often downplay their ambitions, pretending to have no personal agenda. They claim they are just trying to help or keep the peace, yet their actions consistently create more problems than solutions. They often act as mediators, but instead of resolving conflict, they fuel both sides, keeping tensions alive to maintain their position of influence. Their ability to appear neutral while actually controlling the situation from behind the scenes makes them especially dangerous. They tend to be overly involved in drama and gossip. Wolves often keep tabs on personal conflicts, collecting information that they can later weaponize. They enjoy stirring up drama and then stepping back to watch the fallout.
Mhm.
When confronted, they claim they were only trying to help, but their pattern of involvement in repeated issues exposes their true intentions. A strong community discourages gossip and focuses on solutions, which makes it difficult for wolves to thrive. Self-serving behavior is a defining characteristic. Wolves rarely contribute without expecting something in return. Whether it's status, financial gain, or social leverage, they ensure that their involvement benefits them more than the community. They are the first to demand recognition but the last to offer genuine effort when no reward is involved. Their presence often drains a community's energy rather than uplifting it.
It's set up payoff.
Control is another major trait. Wolves dislike environments where they cannot manipulate the outcome. They seek positions of influence, not necessarily for the sake of leadership but to ensure they have the power to direct conversations, make decisions, and silence opposition. They may disguise this control as helping organize or ensuring things are fair, but in reality, they are positioning themselves to dictate the course of the community. When a wolf senses that their influence is waning, they often resort to burning bridges. Instead of leaving quietly, they create chaos on their way out. They try to turn people against each other, spread false accusations, or attempt to damage the reputation of the community before they depart. Their goal is to leave a scar that makes it difficult for the group to recover, ensuring that their absence is felt long after they are gone.
But how do you really feel?
Recognizing these tendencies early is critical to maintaining a strong and united community. Wolves cannot thrive in an environment where transparency, accountability, and genuine relationships exist. The more a community fosters open communication, values consistent behavior over words, and prioritizes unity over drama, the harder it becomes for these individuals to operate undetected. Identifying and addressing them early ensures that the group remains strong, focused, and truly supportive of its members. UP out.
Mhm.
You're absolutely right. Yes. Um, that first point that you made, that victim mentality, the narcissism that these people will pull off, it's absolutely ridiculous. It's like, yeah, they use it as a weapon. Well, this happened to me. We're already in a vulnerable group. We're already at a point to where um we need to. We're all vulnerable in this
Mhm.
situation. Let's say said situation where um you want to make yourself look more impressionable. How do you say more? I need you to accept me more. And as soon as I gain your trust, as you were saying, going on through that, as they gain their trust, they find where they can take advantage. Definitely a wolf. Yes. Yeah, I mean, wow, you said that very well, Zach.
Yeah.
It's just these people, oh my God.
And I want to give a shout out. My girlfriend's in the chat. She said hi. That's Michelle
Hello.
Curry. Hey, baby. She
How you
came in.
doing?
That's awesome. She was like, I was encouraged to say hi. I'm like, I didn't really say you had to say hi. I said, if you don't want to, you don't have to. But I'd like to see it.
Look here,
But
you gonna
yeah.
say hi. You gonna say hi. Huh? You gonna say
No, yeah, Heather, that's my girl.
Mike's a good
That's
guy.
my girl. No, I'm not. Don't lie to people.
Oh, you're not? Okay, fine.
No.
He's a piece of crap.
Yep. Thank you. See, don't be a wolf in this community and try to paint me as a good guy. What's wrong with you? You see that, Zach? You see that?
I don't know anymore. um,
um,
but also what you're talking about there, that the division, yeah, how that victim mentality piece of crap can be the cause of the initial division. It's like, hey guys, I think we should go to the east when the group wants to go to the west. But I've already stuck this earworm into everybody's ear because I told them about how my father died and he used to do survivalist stuff like this. So you should listen to me. Da, da, da. Even though when another, maybe head figure of the group that they're trying to survive, they're making logical sense. It's like, hey, we get here, we can get to a high point, we can stay out of floodplain, stuff like that. And this person's like, oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Hey, did you know my dad fell off of a mountain because he decided to get the high ground? It's like, stop. That division, man. But I think
Hey,
division.
ready?
I think division should happen in those situations as long as everybody goes their equal ways with their supplies, what they have, blah blah blah. The less people, less problems. I think.
Yeah. Well. Also too is that's why earlier I said it's subjective too, because if you say you're the leader of a community, um, like take for example the president. You think the president makes it knows everything? The president doesn't know everything. That's why they have advisors, and advisors are going to disagree on something. So just because you have somebody in your community that kind of disagrees, you know, a good example is like look at the movie 12 Angry Men. You know, 11 of them said the person was guilty, but somebody that had common sense was like, wait a minute, no, let's talk about this. And then you talk it out and you come to start changing your mind a little bit. Now, the person that is the wolf on that is like Buff said, is they are a subject matter expert on everything. They're going to argue with you about everything. They're going to try to convince you that it's their way or the highway, or if you don't do it my way, we're all going to die, kind of thing. And a good example is it happened to me, and we'll get more into it. But you know, as a leader, sometimes you might pull somebody aside because you're noticing this behavior that they're doing, and it's toxic and it's not helping out the situation that you're doing. So you pull them aside and you talk to them, and you talk to them like this. You're like, hey, look, I need you to do this. Okay. What you're doing right now is disruptive, it's upsetting people, blah, blah, blah. And then they go around and they tell everybody, oh, well, he pulled me to the side and he yelled at me. And he said, this is what I was doing wrong. No, that's not the truth. The truth is, I pulled you to the side. I explained calmly. I didn't raise my voice. And I pulled you to the side far enough away so people wouldn't hear, what I'm saying. And it's not because I'm trying to say anything mean to you. It's just, hey, I didn't want to upset this person. And I don't, like, it's that situational awareness. And this person didn't have empathy because they didn't have situational awareness, and they didn't have empathy. And you could tell because the person that they were standing next to, talking all this stuff nonsense, broke down and started crying because they're so frustrated. But somebody that is a good person is going to recognize, they're going to read the room. Like on a search that I was doing, the lady told me, hey, you need to get some sleep. Well, my first instinct was to make a joke and say, I'll sleep when I'm dead. But I knew what the situation was. I read the room. I said, I'll sleep. And then I caught myself and I said, ooh, no, that's not a good joke. I'll get some sleep is what I said. I said, I'll sleep. I'll get some sleep. It's that, not recognizing empathy. Some of these wolves, they just don't care. They don't care about your feelings. They care about their own feelings. They're they're very selfish. They're narcissists. They use gaslighting techniques. They will try to convince you that you were wrong. They're going to try to convince you said something. When you look back and you're like, wait a minute, I never said that. Where are you getting? Oh no, I know you said that, and so was there too. And then you go and verify with so and so, and they're like, oh, look at you spreading drama. No, I'm verifying. You mentioned that person's name, so I went to them and asked them, do you remember me saying that? I'm not spreading drama. I'm verifying what you're saying. And there's people like that.
I'm so glad you reference 12 Angry Men. That is the one and only movie I can come close to saying it's a perfect movie. The story itself, we read it in high school. After reading it, we did a book report on it, and then we watched the movie. That is damn near a perfect movie, if not a perfect movie, just the way it's presented and done. But thank you for referencing that.
Yeah, you're welcome. It's a good movie too. It is almost a perfect movie because it has one setting, and
only
you're
13 characters.
Yeah, and you're so intrigued, and like, because you have no idea what happened in the courtroom. You don't have any clue what the evidence was brought. You don't have any clue about the witnesses. Everything is in dialogue, so you're on the edge of your seat, going, "Well, I don't know what happened, but like, this guy's gonna explain it to me." And then you're slowly and it's like 2 hours long, and you're like, "Wow, I can't believe that they were able to make a movie with one setting, 13 characters, and you pretty much know the whole story and what happened and who the witnesses were and what the evidence was presented." And you're like, wow, that is a genius writer right there.
Now, see, I wonder how that situation would translate over to let's say, survivors trying to survive, a community trying to survive. prepping and everything, could we have a system like that to vote on what our next move would be? We're stuck in this situation.
Yeah, kind of
Can
like a
we?
council or a
Yeah,
board or something like that.
and I mean, it goes to a whole nother extent. It's just like, if the, let's just say, nukes drop, government's destroyed. Is that, in the sense,
Shadow.
creating new government? Us trying to get things back together and like, all right, I think we should vote on this, and you have a majority of people that want to do it this way. Let's go east, and one person says, I think we should go west. Um, one person does not agree with the rest. I don't know, but good movie either way. Y'all check it out. Chat,
Yeah,
check it out.
yeah.
12
Check it
Angry
out.
Men. Actually, well,
There's
actually,
there's two
read
of
the
them.
book.
There's the original. There's the original and the remake.
Watch the original. That's the one I saw.
Yeah, yeah.
I'd highly
The remake
recommend
wasn't
read
too
the
bad.
book. I'd highly recommend read the book, because that's the first one I was exposed to, and then we
Mhm.
watched the black and white original. It's great. It's
Mhm.
I would call it a perfect movie. It's just that, and it's the only one ever.
Mhm.
I'm a movie review guy. That's the only movie I would say is pretty much perfect. But anyway, sir.
And it was funny too because they tried to what is it? Reimagine that in Blue Bloods. Do you remember that episode where
No, I didn't catch. No.
the older brother was on jury duty? Yeah, it was like a almost a spitting image. And but the
Huh.
only difference was the only difference was they all knew that he was a cop, and they were like, "Oh, you're just," and it's like, well, yeah, I am a cop. I'm a detective, and I'm gonna point out why you guys are all wrong.
All right. Blue Bloods. All right, I'll check it out. All right. All right. Sorry, Zach. We kind of
Yeah.
took over your show there. Sorry.
Question number 2. What steps can a community take to protect itself from those who disrupt unity and trust?
A
Oh, that's a good
9 millimeter automatic.
one.
Putting the bullets into the magazine and slowly putting it into the receiver, pressing the bottom, chambering said weapon, and pointing it anywhere necessary.
That's just messed
um,
up.
I would say just the necessary. I mean, that kind of bleeds in from the last question. Is, well, being observant, recognizing the signs of people you might have suspicions about, people you have an actual alliance with that you can trust. Maybe get their opinions. Like, what do you think about this guy over here? He's been
Mhm.
acting weird, trying to be controlling, trying to do this, trying to do that. What do you think? And look for those red flags. Um, and maybe get more than likely you can get a community collective of, let's keep an eye on this guy. But
Yeah.
as you being the guy that reported that to said other person, um, that person that it got reported to might also look at the person that reported it to them and say, well, how do I know you're not the crazy one? So, I mean, there's like
Hmm.
a lot of holes, a lot of crazy routes that can go down. But I think as a community collective, um, just to get people's feedback on somebody that's acting weird and I don't want to say out of character, but just kind of acting weird. that stand out, you could get a community collective opinion, and we can decide from there. Yeah.
All right. Well, mine is first. First, we have to remember that context matters. All right.
Hmm.
What might be considered bad behavior in one community might not be seen the same way in another. The community should observe patterns. A single isolated incident might not be indicative of a person's character. So you have to look for reoccurring behaviors. And sometimes just because somebody does something bad to one person, that could be that one person's view of it, and that's why I say it's kind of subjective. You know,
Yeah.
um, and what you want to do is you want to be cautious about accusations. So you don't want to make any hasty judgments on it, and ensure you have concrete evidence before labeling them as bad. Then, as a community, because one, your community has already set certain boundaries. Um, Guidelines, regulations, laws, whatever the case may be. Um, and What you want to do is, as a community, focus on the positive action. First, what I'd say, if you see concerning behavior, the community should consider addressing it constructively with the individual. Okay. By reporting it, or you could report it to the proper authorities, whether it's the board of the community, um, you know, whether you have a mayor or whatever position you have, you report it, and then so with those who bring negativity or harm, one, you're setting boundaries to protect yourself. You're setting boundaries to protect the community, um, and what you want to do is you want to spend more time with supportive and positive people, reduce the contact with negative people, take care of yourself and your well-being first and foremost. And then the community, what the community could do is they can block, if, and I say block because, if it's the YouTube community, you could block it. You could block this individual. They're negative. You don't want to deal with them, whatever. Or if it's, you know, shit hits the fan scenario, and you have a community, uh, you can remove the members who constantly violate the boundaries that was set forth by the community, as well as the individuals within the community.
Yeah. Yeah.
Protecting a community from those who seek to divide or disrupt requires both proactive measures and a united mindset. The first step is establishing a solid foundation built on clear values, expectations, and boundaries. A community without clear guidelines is vulnerable to manipulation, making it easier for wolves to operate in the shadows. When everyone knows what the community stands for and what behaviors will not be tolerated, it becomes harder for destructive individuals to blend in without notice. Open communication is one of the most powerful tools a community can use to defend itself. Wolves thrive in environments where secrecy and gossip run rampant. Encouraging direct conversations about concerns and conflicts brings everything into the light, leaving little room for manipulation. Community members must feel safe expressing their thoughts without fear of backlash. Creating a culture where honesty is welcomed and not punished makes it harder for wolves to spread misinformation. Accountability is essential for protecting the group. Every community needs a system for addressing concerns and holding members responsible for their actions. This doesn't mean creating a hostile environment but rather one where actions have consequences. When someone is consistently causing drama or dividing people, their behavior should be addressed in a calm yet firm manner. Wolves often rely on the group's desire to avoid confrontation, so enforcing accountability sends a clear message that manipulation will not be tolerated.
So a suggestion box.
A strong vetting process can prevent many problems before they start. While it's important to welcome new members, taking the time to observe how they interact with others and contribute to the group helps identify any red flags early on. Communities that rush to accept everyone without evaluating their intentions leave themselves open to infiltration. Paying attention to how new members treat others, handle disagreements, and follow through on their commitments reveals their true character over time. Building a culture of unity and collaboration weakens the power of wolves. The more a community focuses on working together and uplifting one another, the harder it becomes for divisive individuals to create chaos. When members are connected by trust and shared goals, they are more likely to stand together against those who try to stir up conflict. Encouraging teamwork and reminding everyone of the bigger picture keeps the community focused on what matters most. Establishing private conversations among trusted members can act as a safety net. While transparency is vital, certain discussions about potential threats or concerns should be handled behind closed doors until the group is ready to address them publicly. This allows the community to investigate situations without giving the wolf the opportunity to manipulate the narrative. A small circle of reliable individuals can work together to gather information, identify patterns, and decide how to proceed without drawing unnecessary attention. Educating members on common manipulation tactics empowers the community to protect itself. Wolves often rely on emotional manipulation, playing the victim, or using charm to avoid suspicion. When people know what to look for, they become less susceptible to these tactics. Offering regular discussions on community health, healthy conflict resolution, and recognizing red flags helps the group remain vigilant without becoming paranoid. Knowledge is one of the best defenses against deception. Boundaries are another crucial layer of protection. Every community should have clear guidelines on what types of behavior will and will not be tolerated. Whether it's gossip, constant negativity, or refusal to contribute, addressing these behaviors early prevents them from taking root. Wolves often test boundaries gradually, seeing how much they can get away with before revealing their true nature. Consistently enforcing rules without favoritism shows that the group prioritizes integrity over popularity. It's equally important to encourage a spirit of grace and redemption while protecting the community. Not everyone who causes conflict does so with malicious intent. Some people are struggling with their own issues and may need guidance rather than rejection. However, repeated patterns of manipulation and division must not be excused. Offering second chances is one thing, allowing someone to continue damaging the community is another. A balanced approach helps protect the group without turning it into a place of constant suspicion. Having leaders who lead by example is one of the best defenses against wolves. When those in leadership positions model honesty, humility, and accountability, it sets the tone for the entire group. Wolves often target weak leadership or leaders who play favorites, knowing they can manipulate those who avoid confrontation. Strong leaders create an environment where manipulation cannot thrive because everyone is held to the same standard. Encouraging members to listen to their instincts can help uncover hidden threats. If something feels off about someone's behavior, it's worth paying attention to. Many communities ignore their gut feelings in the name of giving others the benefit of the doubt. While grace is important, consistently ignoring warning signs leaves the door open for exploitation. Trusting instincts, combined with open dialogue, allows the community to address potential problems before they grow out of control. Ultimately, protecting a community requires every member to play a role. It's not just the responsibility of leaders or a select few. When everyone is invested in the health of the group, wolves have a much harder time slipping through the cracks. Creating an environment of trust, respect, and accountability strengthens the community from within, making it nearly impossible for divisive individuals to take hold. A united front built on shared values is the best defense against those who seek to tear others down. UP out.
That's a very good point you made about the closed doors. Um, yeah, when confronting said wolf, yeah, do it away from the rest of the community, definitely, to not give off the ambiance that there's a problem. There's a problem with what we're doing. You confront them in public, and it's just like, ooh. Then you're gonna question leadership. But yeah, definitely behind closed doors. I wholeheartedly agree with that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Man.
See, told you, Zach's gonna go deep.
Yeah,
That's
he
what she
went
said.
real deep on that one.
Yeah, he went deep.
It's almost like he had something to say.
Almost like he has experience. I know he does. Oh Lord, I don't know if we could get into this emotional bit.
Question number 3. Have you ever experienced a situation where someone pretended to be helpful but had bad intention? How did you handle it?
Yes, yes, I did, Zach.
That's
So I'm
one
gonna
I'm
tell.
still trying to find the answer to.
Yeah.
Yeah, you get it. Yeah.
So I'm gonna tell my story, and I'm gonna leave out some of the juicy details, and I will not mention the person's name. But some of you in here, present company up here on the panel, already know. Some in the chat already know. Okay, but I'll start from the beginning. I did something when I was 14. I'm not proud of it. You know, that was 26, almost 27 years ago. All right. Fast forward to 2023, March 31st, tornadoes ripped through northeast Arkansas. Me and three others, four of us, go up to the northeast Arkansas to help out. And the four of us decide, hey, you know what? This was awesome. We were kind of perplexed that the area that we were at had search and rescue from out of state. Like Arkansas didn't have a search and rescue team. So we decided we were going to go ahead and start up a search and rescue. So it had gone on for a year and a half. Finally, we had some minor cases, little things. Somebody got lost in the woods for a couple hours, and we went out and found them. We got reports of an abandoned campsite, so we went out to look for the campers. Little things like that. Then we came across a case that was kind of big news. It's it's all over Facebook. It was on Arkansas missing persons. It was the Brent McGee case. We don't usually do recoveries, but we went out there to give this family, some type of hope because they were out there on their own, you know. But we didn't think we could really do it, but we did know that we had some tracking skills and we knew things to look for, sunken in earth or mounds, body sizes, tracking, all that. So we get out there and there's an individual that joins on. Okay. Good intentions, just like you said earlier, Zach. you know, um, but they were a wolf. Okay, they participated in everything that was mentioned before, but and they took advantage of the situation because they knew I was always on the road. I couldn't monitor the team 24/7, and they were doing some backdoor talking, blah blah blah. Well, um, at the time I was actually with somebody that I thought loved me and I loved them. We had a moment of vulnerability where they shared a story with me and I shared a story with them, and I had to deal with what I did 27 years ago. Now, keep in mind, I never faced any legal action, but my family did take care of me. Yeah, so I've lived with this for a long time. Now, that person that I was at 14 changed, immediately after my parents dealt with everything. They punished me, blah, blah, blah. I joined the military at 18. I went off. I served this country. I've got ribbons galore on my uniform. I get out. I've seen the hells of war. I'm not a violent person. I can be violent, but I'm not a violent person. I choose diplomacy. I choose to treat everybody with respect. I follow God. I didn't really go to church, but I followed God. I followed the teachings, the gospel. Gospel talks a lot about love. Okay, so love one another. To even love a sinner. You can hate the sin, but you can love the sinner still. So that's how I am. So this search and rescue started off with intent to actually help people. Now this wolf that got got this information from this person, this other wolf, two wolves together. Don't And then they can't. It was just before Thanksgiving. Just before Thanksgiving, and they came to me. I ended up, the one individual ended up breaking up with me. I was distraught from that. Then this individual talked to me about, what was said. Oh, this person said this and this, and I tried to go and verify, and I was trying to find out who it was that was in the organization that was spreading these lies, spreading these rumors, saying all these evil, awful things. And mind you, this person claims to be a Christian, claims to not think there's a God, but know there's a God because this person died, went to heaven, came back, begged to God, let me go back, and was going to change their ways. But the problem is, this person was doing the devil's work and said to me, and remember I said earlier, they think they know the laws, but they don't know the laws. Okay? Blackmailed me, extorted me, said, you hand this over to these people, basically saying, hand it over to me, or I'm going to put this information out there to the public. I'm going to ruin your image. I'm going to ruin whatever you did for a year and a half, worked so hard for, and I'm going to let. And this hurt me really bad. Not only did I have a breakup, but I also had this person doing this. And they said they didn't blackmail me. They didn't extort me. Well, what do you think telling somebody, you do this or I'm going to personally out you and ruin your life? Right? And so I got to the point, and I'm going to be real with all of you. This is how this person has absolutely no empathy. They did not care how I felt because Zach knows. Zach knows. I shut down the search and rescue. I shut down my YouTube channel. I shut down my Facebook page. I got rid of my Telegram, Snapchat, everything. I hated the world. And I'm going to be honest with you. I said some things to my ex to get her to hate me even more. Said some things about my children to get them to hate me because I didn't want anybody to love me, so it would make it easier for me not to be in this life anymore. And for some of you may think that's a little bit extreme, you don't understand, but this killed me on the inside. It took me weeks to even smile again. I made myself so numb. And this person was the biggest wolf and wanted something. Why did this person want something? Because I was getting a lot of attention. I was getting clicks and views on my YouTube channel. I was getting clicks and views on the Facebook page because we were handling a high value mission. We were looking for a body, and we were going to move hell or high water to find this dead man's body. And they didn't like that I had this attention. I didn't like that I had this attention. I can't deal with that. But they wanted that attention. And I can't remember exactly when it was when I reached out to Zach. And I said, man, I don't know what to do, man. I don't know what to do. And Zach, being the true friend, reached out to everybody because he was concerned. I'm telling you, this is how wolves are. I was going to end my life. I was going to kill myself because of this wolf that was going to take something that happened in my past. I remember my past. I will never relive my past again, but it keeps coming up because of this wolf. And Zach started to pray. Zach got other people to pray. And I prayed. And you know what? God answered. God answered, and it happened on December 12th. At 3 o'clock in the morning, I got a phone call from somebody that had a missing friend. He had been missing for already 24 hours. And that was a sign from God that I wasn't supposed to give up. I couldn't tell this person that I didn't have a search and rescue team anymore, that it had been torn down from the inside because selfish gain is all they wanted. And this person has harassed me. They've done a Facebook post about it and took it down, but dumb enough to send me the link to it that proves. Luckily, somebody took a screenshot of it for me. They did a YouTube video about me, and they continuously mention my name. And some of you may even know this person that shall not be named. Yes, Brady prayed about it. But some of you may know this person because they actually came into Zach's channel when I was, what was it, Friday, Zach? Was it Friday? Came in and got blocked. If you remember it, great. I'm not going to go into details about it. But God had answered, and I reached out to Zach immediately, and I said, Zach, God has answered and said, I do not need to give up. Not only do I not give up on life, but not give up on the search and rescue. Don't give up on your YouTube. And then, you know what? I had nobody for Valentine's Day, but guess what? Now I have a girlfriend that has brought me back to church. That misses me every second that I'm away. Can't wait to see me. You know? So you think you won, you wolf? You know who you are. You're probably watching this, but you can't comment because you're banned. But check it out, wolf. I ain't giving up. You ain't gonna stop me. No matter how hard you try. And guess what, too? You keep on harassing me and going to my friends' streams trying to start shit. Sorry, Zach. Didn't mean to curse. Starting stuff. Guess what? That's another thing added to the police report. Yes, there is a police report. I'm getting you on defamation, getting you on slander, getting you on libel because you put it in print, extortion, and blackmail. So have a great day. Battlefield production out. I had to take your stuff, Zach. All right, go ahead, Buff. Sorry.
Say something. Alright.
You there, Buff?
The truck. Please stand by.
Okay.
Try it again. Alright.
Hello. Hello. We can hear you. We can hear you. We can hear you. You. But it sounds like your headset or whatever disconnected. Yeah, but your headset back?
Oh my god!
Did it die?
My headset won't reconnect to my damn Bluetooth. It says it's connected, but no.
Well, try. Did you go to the
no,
more and
premium.
go to settings?
Yeah, I'm
audio?
about to go that way. Jesus Christ. I'm so tired of this.
Buff, try taking your shirt off. It works for the producer, Rome says.
Say something.
Something. Now you're low, though.
Christ.
Oh,
What do you
there
mean
you go.
I'm
Oh,
low? I swear to God, this is the worst decision I ever made in my damn life, was to connect this phone to this damn truck. And every time it cranks up, the radio hijacks my Bluetooth connectivity. It hijacks the audio. It's just, it's such a... Zach, I apologize. And if you never want to have me on here again, I understand. But this...
Oh, what are you talking about? You're the entertainment. He's gonna have you back tomorrow.
Censor warning coming in. Anybody who's here for the family-friendly show, I am about to go up. Okay, I've calmed down now, so I just won't.
Zach, you got a little bleep button? You got a little bleep button on your iPad?
This is about to be a string of curse words. Wow. Anyway, What was the question? I mean, hell,
The
my God.
question was, yeah, there you go. Have you ever experienced a situation where someone pretended to be helpful but had bad intentions? How did you handle it? Oh, yeah, I forgot. I handled it terribly. I'll just say that. I handled mine terribly.
I'm sitting here trying to think about an answer to that question. Personally, with people, um, I really haven't outside of girlfriends.
Mhm.
But I don't think they would count. Um, the best example I could think of, for me would be getting in a truck driving. Let me explain. Um, Somebody pretending to be helpful. And that would be when I went to Prime. Prime Incorporated. Um, sorry, did I say it out too loud? Um, they fed me all that garbage on the phone with the recruiter. I was like, oh, yeah, you can do this. They told me I could bring my dog. At the time, I had a dog. He was a lab pit bull mix. Uh,
Mhm.
his name was Falcor. I raised that damn dog. While I was living in this damn mechanic shop, and they told me, it was like, yeah, you can have your dog. And it's whatever. Dispatcher feed, oh, not dispatcher, recruiter feeds you all this crap. Tells you, yeah, this, yeah, that, yeah, this. So I accepted the bus ticket. Um, got my ass out there, Springfield, fucking. Well, I already said it. Sorry. Got out there to Springfield, Missouri. Sorry. Went through their whole trainer program. I'm told that, yeah, you're gonna get a big truck. This thing I'm in right now, this is a truck size that I told I was gonna be put in at Prime. While I'm out, did my first, second stages of training. Third stage, there should only be two stages, really. But I'm out with this last guy who's getting me back, doing team driving. I'm getting back with, we're trying to get back to the terminal so I can get my truck finally. I'm like, yay! But while we were out, it was in the November, said, oh, if you're a company driver, you gotta take a lightweight truck. The lightweights are half the size of the truck I'm in right now. Those trucks, the bed touches the back of the driver's seat. We
Mhm.
uh
Yeah.
we call them coffins, because basically it's what they are. So I felt betrayed. I felt
Mhm.
absolutely betrayed. I was told by the owner himself, at the Christmas party, our corporate Christmas party. I brought this issue up to him, and he's just like, "Oh yeah." I'm like, "Hey, I should be grandfathered in," and he's like, "Oh yeah, um, yeah, that does sound grandfathered. Yo, talk to me. Hit me up tomorrow." Never talk to him again. He never answered his phone. The company's just like, that's just the policy. I'm like, hold on. I signed this contract with you, some bees, um, before you did this. You hired me underneath false pretenses. You hired me under the pretense that I'm gonna get a full size truck. That's why I said yes. That's why I came here. That's why I came and kicked the literal ass out of everybody in your recruitment class. I graduated their little school number one. One! And you're gonna throw me in this bull crap truck
Mm-hmm.
because you changed your damn policy after I've been hired. So I was very upset. I don't know if you can tell I was very upset. But
No, I couldn't.
don't tell me one thing and then do another thing, even though there's a contractual agreement that you were supposed to do first, third thing. Now to try to translate that over into the situation at hand, what we're talking about being out there with these wolves, agreements. We can talk about things out there. We can say, hey man, let's do it this way. Let's do this that way. Hold on. Let's take the wolf out of it for a second. We got a group. We got two people that are more or less the leaders. We can do this. Hey, let's do this way. Let's do this that way. And then another person happens to come along, and we bring them in, and they present themselves under false
Oh no.
pretenses of being like, well, I know how to do this. I know how to do that. Oh, we need a person that can do stuff like that. And then come to find out later, maybe weeks down the road, that, oh, you don't know how to do that, but you demand to stay within the group. No, we hired you, or we brought you into the community underneath the pretense that you know how to do this. And now it's time, we need you to do this. We need you to, start a fire with a magnifying glass. Nobody in this group knows how to do that. You claim you know how to do it. That's why we brought you in. And when we need it done, you can't do it. The sun's out shining bright. Sunshiny day, but you can't do it. What? Get the hell out of here. I need you out of my life. And that's kind of where I was at with Prime. I was just like, wow. But there was some other stuff that went on with Prime. I finally did get a big truck. Uh, that's a whole nother story. I'll talk about that another time. The ones that know, people that know, I've told the story before. But either way, to bring someone in under false pretenses, or they make their way into said group under deception, I can't stand it. But
Yeah,
yeah,
man.
that's what happened with that's the deceptive principle of where I got dealt with. And what did I do to deal with it? Eventually I left. They did finally give me my official full-size truck, but it
Yeah.
was under the pretenses of they were starting to, I thought I was going to get fired because I went down a hill too fast, 90 miles an hour. The bug off. But they gave me a new truck. I thought I was going to get fired. They gave me a new truck. Brand new, full size. I'm like, yeah, but it was automatic. I'm like, no. I, just, I drove that truck for probably 2 months or so. They never taught me how to drive that damn truck. I had no idea how to make it move. I spent 30 minutes in the parking lot when they gave me the key trying to figure out how to make it move. But I figured it out. Da-da-da. I hated it. I ended up getting a route through the Rocky Mountains on I-70, and it was snowing, and I hated it. I absolutely hated it. I was like, I can't control these gears. They overrode. Okay, the automatic trucks. They do have a manual. They have a way you can set it to manual to where you're uh, touching your little shift knob back and forth to
Hmm.
move the gears, which is absolute garbage because there's such a delay when the thing kicks into the gear you select.
Hmm.
It's absolute garbage. But going over the Rocky Mountains in that thing in the snow, I was like, nope. And I quit. That was my solution of dealing with the problem of having the question at hand. How did you handle the situation? I quit. I
Hmm.
I quit. I was just like, no, I'm not gonna drive this damn thing. Thank you for the new truck. Thank you for this brand new truck that had 38 miles on it. 38. Thank you, but no, I'm gonna have to decline your offer. Give me the truck that you put me in, the loaner. That one, that was a big truck. That was a full size truck, but it was a loaner truck. But they was like, oh, we're gonna sell the truck. Um, oh, dear God, I've never. I almost hurt my throat editing myself right there to stop saying the word I wanted to say. But that's how I dealt with that. That's the main one I can think of. Outside of female relations, to let's just say real quick, the last girl I dated, whatever, um, I just tried her. We went out. Well, she stood me up twice, and then finally the third time we went out on a date, and we had a great relationship for a week, like being official, and then she turned south. I was just like, wow, I put my trust in you to think that
Serena can't
we're
see what you're saying because you're hidden behind your avatar. She reads lips.
what?
Serena can't see it. Can't tell what you're saying. She reads lips.
I don't want to be on camera right now.
Oh,
There's something I'm doing. I don't want to be on camera right now. But
are you
okay,
naked?
hold on. Well, hold on. No, I'm not naked. I'm not naked. Um.
Are you choking the chicken?
Anyway, no. Doing something else that's very, very naughty. But outside of the relationship thing, whatever. Just that truck driving experience, getting into truck driving. That that's probably the one I got. Relationships, dime a dozen. That's universal. That is what it is. But yeah,
Yeah.
the whole thing I went through with Prime, that's the one I got. That it was bull. It just was. And in the prepping
Shake
community,
weight.
you bring somebody in um under the pretense of what they think or what you think that they're gonna do, and they end up being not of that value of what you thought they were, and they are more of a burden of the
Mm-hmm.
situation. I think you should automatically kick that person out of your group. Maybe eat them for meat. I don't just random thought. But get out of here. Get out of here, man. Y'all got me mad now. Shame be out.
I'm going to get emotional in this answer.
Oh no.
People have often underestimated me because of my unique abilities, seeing me not as an individual with knowledge, strength, and a purpose but as a token they can use for their own gain. My cerebral palsy does not define me, yet some people in the past have tried to make it my defining trait, using it to draw attention to themselves. They saw an opportunity to showcase themselves as inclusive or supportive when, in reality, they were only interested in what my presence could do for them. Instead of valuing my voice, they wanted to control how it was used, ensuring that my experiences fit their narrative rather than allowing me to speak on my own terms. I have seen people attach themselves to me, pretending to be allies, only to use my story as a way to gain sympathy or boost their own platforms. They wanted to be the person who helped or uplifted someone with unique abilities, making themselves look good in the process. But their actions spoke louder than their words. When the cameras were off or when I didn't fit the image they wanted to project, they were nowhere to be found. They weren't interested in me as a person, they were interested in the attention they could get by associating with me. It became clear that, to some people, I was nothing more than a talking point. They would invite me into conversations, not because they valued what I had to say, but because they wanted to show that they were inclusive. It was never about genuinely hearing my perspective, it was about how they could use my words to support whatever agenda they were pushing. When I spoke about things that didn't align with their goals, they would either dismiss me or try to steer the conversation back to what benefited them.
Mhm.
I know what you're talking about. Yes, yes. That's
I
disgusting.
have had people try to place limits on what I should or shouldn't talk about, as if my unique abilities meant I could only discuss certain topics. They expected me to stick to a script, one that made them comfortable or served their personal interests. But I refuse to be boxed in. I have thoughts, experiences, and insights that go far beyond what some people expect, and I refuse to let anyone dictate what I can and cannot say. I am not here to be anyone's token. I am here to be myself, to share my knowledge, and to help build a community that values truth, preparedness, and unity. Some have tried to take advantage of the hard work I put into my content, using my platform as a stepping stone for their own ambitions. They saw the effort I put into unique prepping and thought they could ride on my success, pretending to support me while secretly looking for ways to gain more views, followers, or credibility for themselves. They would act like they were invested in my mission, only to disappear the moment they realized they couldn't control it or that they weren't benefiting as much as they had hoped. There have been moments where people tried to make me feel like I should be grateful for their help, as if I needed their validation or approval to succeed. They positioned themselves as if they were doing me a favor by including me in their spaces, as if I couldn't stand on my own. But what they failed to realize is that I have always been capable. I have always had the drive to push forward, and I do not need anyone's permission to be who I am. Their so-called help was never about me, it was about their own egos, their own desire to be seen as someone who uplifts others when, in reality, they were only lifting themselves.
Mhm.
I have faced people who have tried to silence me when my words didn't align with their image. When I spoke the truth about my experiences, about prepping, about what really matters, they became uncomfortable. They didn't want someone with my unique abilities to have a strong voice. They wanted me to stay in the role they had assigned me, a role that made them look good, a role that kept me from challenging the status quo. But I refused to stay quiet. My voice matters, and I will not let anyone dictate how I use it. It has been frustrating to see how people will exploit someone's unique abilities for their own gain while doing little to actually support them in meaningful ways. They want to highlight struggles but not solutions. They want to showcase my journey but not respect my independence. They want to use my presence to check a box, proving to the world that they are inclusive, while doing nothing to actually uplift or listen to people with unique abilities. Despite all of this, I refuse to let these experiences define me. I have learned to recognize the people who genuinely care from those who are only looking for an opportunity. I have surrounded myself with people who value my insights, who respect my independence, and who understand that I am not here to be someone's token. I am here to share knowledge, build a strong community, and encourage people to be prepared for whatever life throws at them. Through these experiences, I have become even more determined to control my own narrative. I will not let anyone use me for their own purposes. My story is mine to tell, and I will tell it in a way that stays true to who I am. I am not an accessory to someone else's success. I am not a prop for people to display when it benefits them. I am a leader, a thinker, and a doer, and I will continue to build my platform on my terms.
Mhm.
This journey has taught me a lot about people's true intentions. It has made me more cautious about who I trust, but it has also made me stronger. I know what it feels like to be used, and I refuse to let it happen again. My unique abilities are not a weakness, they are a strength. And anyone who truly understands that will recognize that I am not here to be put on display. I am here to make a difference. Unique prepping is not just about prepping, it's about resilience, independence, and truth. It's about showing people that no matter what challenges they face, they have the power to push forward. I will continue to do what I do, not for views, not for approval, but because it's my mission. And if people want to support that mission, they need to do so with genuine intentions, not with the goal of using me as a stepping stone for their own success. UP out.
I'm
Parental
done, Zach.
advisory.
Damn.
Parental advisory. Fuck those people. How dare you? You know, I can't stand that crap. I got into a fight at Six Flags over Georgia over something like that. Um, well, how do you say it? The misconception of somebody that might have a disability. You know, I've told you about my buddy Mike. He has cerebral palsy. Um, he, we love this guy. He's smart as
Get
a rock.
out of the way, dum dum.
You remind me a lot of him because you fuckers are just too smart. You're outsmarting me. You're intelligent. We were going on Thunder River, river rafting kind of ride, whatever. And while we were standing in line, uh, one of the staff members, they was just like, "Oh, is he handicapped?" And he just looked at him. He was like, "I'm handicapable." And the dude laughed at him. It was just like, "Hey, y'all can come through the line. Y'all with him?" I was like, "Yeah." So, we went through the line. And there was these Jack ASSES's. So, oh, why does he get to go? Why does the R word? I'm not going to say that one. I'll say the cuss words, but I'm not going to say that one. 'Cause I don't know how YouTube is with all this stuff. But, so, oh, why does he get to go? What, because he's R? My buddy Jonathan, there was 6 of us. 5 of us, including him, Mike. My guy with cerebral palsy. And it's just like, wow, what? He gets go because he's R. And Jonathan just immediately turned and was like, what the F you say? Well, it's not fair. You all get to go because you got some damn and Jonathan just what? Hit that dude. So there were 6 of us. Well, let's take Mike out of it. There were 5 of us, and there were 4 of them. And these guys tried to jump on it, and we just had a brawl. And yeah, we kicked their asses. We kicked their asses. Of course, natural. Because we from Forest Park, baby. South side, South side. That's where we from, man. We don't mess around, man. Security came, everything, blah 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 blah. Witnesses said what happened. They kindly escorted the other guys out of the park and escorted us to the ride. And it's just like, we're not using him. We're not using his disability as an advantage.
Mm-hmm.
We're not doing that. He is our friend. We brought him here. All right. As you see, we are standing in the normal line, and he's ready to stand there and wait with us and everything, despite whatever whatever effect it has on him to stand there with us. But I mean, he does it all the time. You do not use this as a weapon, and that's what what you were saying. That's like kind of weaponizing what you have going on from these other people to use it for their benefit. That's just nasty. How dare
Yeah,
you?
I was, I've been friends with Zach for a long time, and I've been there when he's had his heart broken several times by some ladies. I was there when he was used by several people. I have heard comments from people saying, "Well, I like Zach, but I just can't stand that he uses his disability to get free stuff." And I'm like, "Whoa, whoa, 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 whoa! You do the same thing. You do the exact same thing because that's your pitch to all your sponsors." Not going to name any names, but Zach knows who I'm talking about. I've seen people get upset at Zach for sticking with certain people that they knew were using him and taking using the situation, the vulnerability of Zach, the heart of gold of Zach. I've been there. I've seen people say, "I just can't deal with it anymore. I can't be friends with him." And I'm like, no, that's when you need to stick with him, no matter what, you know. And and Zach's the type of person that there was a time where Zach was being led by somebody else, and he didn't talk to me for a little bit, and it felt to me like he was only reaching out to me whenever he needed something. And I said, "Zach, what's going on, man? It feels like you only talk to me when you need something done." And he's like, "I'm sorry, brother. Let's fix that." uh, Communication, Zach said that earlier. Communication in the community. If you feel like you are just being used for something, just like, "Hey man, what's going on? Hey, yeah, let's do another backstage and just talk and blah blah blah." Me and Zach do that all the time, you know. And Zach just wants to be seen as everyone else. And honestly, Zach, I didn't even know you had cerebral palsy, bro. That's just me though. Like that's news when you brought it up, dude. Like Rank said, I thought it was just all the gummies you ate. You know, I didn't know. Shit. Sorry. But yeah, Zach's one of those. He's an inspiration, and Zach could easily be used that his disability as a crutch. But he said, "You know what? I'm not going to use it as a crutch. I'm not going to get free stuff out of it. I don't want pity. I want you to joke with me like you joke with Buff, and I want Buff to joke with me like he does with Mayhem, and all that. He just wants to be treated like another human being because that's what he is." And he was the one that told me he doesn't have a disability. He has a unique ability. And I mean, gosh darn it, Zach, you are an inspiration. Like all these all these people that don't have this unique ability like you do, that are preppers that are just making every excuse why not to get out there
That
and guard, and making every excuse why they're not canning and why they're doing this. Like, they should take one look at you and be ashamed of themselves. And that's all you're trying to do. You're trying to show those with unique abilities, hey, just because somebody says you can't do it, that's when you do it. And if you don't have a unique ability, what is your excuse? That's all Zach's doing.
that that right there. That right there. That's what I love about Zach. He's a weapon. Um,
Mhm.
this man knows more about prepping and being prepared for, that inevitable situation than I do. All right. Yeah, I can get up here and do the stanky leg. I'm sure, well, Zach probably can too.
Yeah,
But
trust
um
me, he can.
I can do
I seen
things that
Zach. I
Zach
seen Zach
can't.
dance. Yep.
I can do things that he can't. But he can do things that I can't. Like grow.
Yeah.
Let's go simply. Grow a potato. I've never tried to grow a potato in my life. I wouldn't even know where to start. This man will grow you a field of potatoes. He, this man will prep you for the inevitable. And I'm so glad I met you because I'm learning more and more and more from both of you. Both of you. Um, but the like the gardening side, learn about growing more stuff. I I grew up in some farm environment stuff, but like smaller scale, I never tried stuff smaller scale. I only know about large scale. I never thought about it on a small scale, but I'm learning that from him. I'm like, okay, you can do this, you can do
Yeah.
that, you can do this. You go, okay, 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 okay. I'm learning. I
And,
dare
and,
anybody
and
try to go against this man. You're gonna have me to deal with. You're gonna have this other truck driver to deal with, and you don't want to
right.
mess with truckers. You don't want to mess with us. We
And,
move
and
around city to city. It's hard to
Anarchy
find us.
Television. Anarchy Television said a comment said, I heard Zach has a big dong. That's true. Before Zach had this whole setup, his dong was what held up the camera.
Is he a tripod?
Yep. Yeah, it was a tripod for him. I'm telling you. That's
Oh,
why that's why Zach doesn't like to show below the waist. He doesn't want to put us guys to shame. You
so
know?
that's what that was when you did the unboxing video the other day.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
I was
That's what it
wondering what
was.
was. I'm I'm dead. Oh, I'm dead. I said, hey, what was the question
I've
again?
done that for a long time. Zach can tell you, I've been saying that for a long time. For 4 years, Zach. 4 years. I remember when Zach started with Duke. May he rest in peace. You know? And then I got up there with Zach, and man, this man's been through a lot. Through a lot, But he prevailed.
F the haters.
Shut.
F the
Yep.
haters.
Remember this, Zach? Good old Duke. Yeah. Yeah. Yep.
Uh-oh.
Question number 4. Why is it important to surround yourself with the right people when prepping for the future?
Oh man. All right, I'll go
Well,
first. I'll go first, real quick. I don't know how long mine is. Anyways, answer to that: surrounding yourself with positive people is important because they can significantly boost your mood, motivation, and confidence by offering a supportive environment. inspiring you to achieve your goals and helping to maintain a positive outlook on life. They basically act as a contagious source of positivity that lifts you up instead of dragging you down. Key reasons I want to address are increased motivation. Positive people can motivate you to pursue your goal and overcome challenges with their encouragement and optimism. Zach is one of those that always increases my motivation. Improved self esteem. When surrounded by people who believe in you and your abilities, your self confidence tends to rise. What are you shaking your head about? Oh, it's that comment. Positive influence. Their positive attitude can rub off on you, leading to a more optimistic perspective on life. Yeah, Zach rubs off on me all the time. And don't think it's dirty way, people. Rank. I know Rank's going to be thinking like that. Oh, Zach rubs off on me too. Uh, you can get constructive feedback. Positive people can provide helpful feedback and criticism while still maintaining a supportive approach. They're essentially your life coach. There's good criticism and there's bad criticism, and positive people will give you good criticism, and a lot of times it'll be the criticism like you might not want to hear it, you know, but it's the truth. Yeah, or Caldy. I forgot Caldy was in there. So Caldy would say something about rubbing off too. Keep it in your pants, guys. Stress reduction. A positive social network can help alleviate stress and improve your overall well-being. Just being able to vent to someone who listens. They don't have to advise, but rather listen to you, let you talk, helps reduce your stress because it's better to let it out instead of keeping some stuff in. And stress is a killer, guys. And personal growth. Learning from others who are successful and positive can inspire you uh, to uh, to pers- to push yourself even further. So, like Zach is a good example, and that's it. That's why you should be around positive people and be around people that make you laugh too, like Caldy and Rank and Buff and Zach and Brady will make you laugh too because she likes to eat dead bodies. I don't know why. We won't go there. I'm not gonna talk about it.
Well, I think that's kind of a no-brainer. Um, you definitely want the right people around you. As you were saying, positive people. Especially being in a situation like that, it's already a stressful situation. You don't need more stress. Um, you definitely want positive people around you. The problem is trying to figure out who those people are. Um, if you have a set community or friends that you've already um, have the arrangement with, that hey, when it hits the fan, this is what we're going to do. So, this is somebody you trust. You already know how they are. But as people are added in, if you pick them up along the way, stuff like that, assessing them, making sure they're not a wolf, um,
Mm-hmm.
keeping a check on them and how their attitude goes. And, if they're one of these Debbie Downers, you either need to, we either need to let them go from the group, or we'll keep them around and they'll be a sacrifice, either for the greater good or, a distraction or a diversion so we can get away. Um, but Yeah, you definitely want the right people around you. Of course. Um, that kind of boils into like there's a good God. Let me try to equate this properly. Um, a racing team I was with. Um, going into high school. Well, not going into, but while I was in high school, what a racing team. And these guys brought me in. I had a lowrider club, and when I started taking the auto body class, I met this guy in the class, and he had a import racing team, and me and like through class, there was another guy we dealt with too, a guy I knew from middle school, but the three of us were like the three students that actually did anything in this class out of like 20 students. So we were pretty much given free reign, the three of us, while the teacher dealt with the other 17 idiots. But so we all talked da 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 da. I had my lowrider club. He had his racing team. And I'm like, hey man, let's merge them together. And he thought it was a good idea. We could go to Nope Nationals and just we could enter a car in pretty much damn near every category. He was on board. So I presented the idea to my club. He presented the idea to his club. And we got mixed reactions, both sides. And when we came back together, it was just like, my team doesn't really want to do it. And it was the same thing on his side too. But eventually, I lost my car. Um, Transmission went out, and I ended up getting an import Honda. And I started hanging out with him more. I didn't know anything about that scene. But they, as I was hanging out with them, I hung out with them for like a month, and then they invited me out one night to go play pool, and we're hanging out. Da, 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 da. It was just like, yeah, man, this and that, da, 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 da. And my boy that I was in class with, he was like, oh yeah, by the way, you're in. I'm like, what? In what? And he fucking gave me an address and it's just like, be here tomorrow. I'm like, what? What's going on? They inducted me into their club. And that's the thing. That's where I'm going with this is monitoring a person, monitoring their actions, monitoring how they act. They did that to me. And they felt I was a good fit for their club, this racing team. And I was just like, oh wow. And they brought me in. They gave me as a gift. They gave me a Kenwood Tornado 12-inch subwoofer in a sealed box. I'm like, what the hell? That little sub kicked out so much bass. It was crazy. But either way, stuff like that. You monitor. You come. We're out there surviving. We're out there. Let's say after Earth apocalypse style stuff. Somebody you come your group if you're with a group or if you're by yourself. When you come across somebody new, maybe they seem good at first. Maybe keep them around, but you give them that probationary period. And let's see how they act. Let's see if I can trust this person. That's what they did to me. And if they don't work out, let's say in the survival situation, apocalypse situation, um, just say, all right, we're gonna go to sleep. Go to sleep. You don't go to sleep. Um, Wait for that person to go to sleep, and if you can tell, they're asleep, uh, out of here. Just let them wake up and be like, "No, where'd it go?" But yeah, you want to make sure you got good people around you. Yeah, buff out or sick out. What is my name? SICK2210. Yeah.
People have often tried to box me in, thinking that because of my unique abilities, I should only exist within certain spaces or be limited to certain discussions. They see me as an inspiration when it suits them but overlook my strength, intelligence, and independence when it challenges their expectations. They don't always respect the depth of my knowledge, my ability to analyze situations, or the years of experience that have shaped my perspective. Instead, they prefer to reduce me to a stereotype, one that makes them feel comfortable and reassured rather than acknowledging my full potential. I have faced people who act like they are supporting me but only do so when it benefits them. They want to be seen as uplifting someone with unique abilities, but they do not actually listen to me or respect my voice.
And weed them out of your life. Get rid of them.
They
Uh,
are quick to include me in their conversations, projects, or events when they need representation, but when I start speaking the truth or sharing my real thoughts, they become uncomfortable. They want me to fit into their mold, to stay in a role that allows them to feel good about themselves, rather than recognizing me as an individual with my own path. People assume that because I have unique abilities, I should be grateful for any opportunity they offer, even when those opportunities come with conditions. They expect me to conform, to stay in my place, to be appreciative of whatever scraps they throw my way. But what they don't understand is that I am not waiting for their approval. I am not seeking validation. I have built my platform, my community, and my knowledge through hard work and perseverance, not because someone decided to grant me a space at their table.
Hell yeah.
There have been moments where people wanted to use me as a prop, showcasing my presence to make themselves look good. They wanted to highlight my struggles, not my successes, because struggle is what gets them attention. They wanted to
Mhm.
present me as someone who overcame the odds, while ignoring the fact that I am still facing challenges every day, and I don't let those challenges stop me. Instead of acknowledging my strength and resilience, they tried to control the narrative, making my journey about their kindness rather than my own determination. Some have tried to attach themselves to my work, hoping that by associating with me, they could gain credibility. They pretended to support my mission but were only interested in what they could take from it.
I need you on my channel tomorrow so I can show I have a friend that is struggling.
They wanted to be seen as allies without putting in the effort to truly understand or contribute to the cause. The moment they realized they couldn't dictate how I did things, they pulled away, proving that their interest was never in me, it was in what I could do for them. It is frustrating to see how people treat me differently depending on what they can gain. If my presence helps them boost their views, their credibility, or their image, they are quick to act like my biggest supporters. But if I speak up, if I challenge the way things are done, if I refuse to play the role they expect, suddenly, they aren't as interested anymore. They don't want me to have a voice of my own, they want me to reflect their ideals back at them.
mm-hmm.
People underestimate how much I notice. They think I don't see their real intentions, but I do. I can tell when someone is genuinely supportive and when someone is just trying to use me. I have learned to recognize the difference between those who are here for the right reasons and those who are only looking for a way to boost themselves. It has made me more selective about who I trust and who I allow into my space. I refuse to be anyone's token. I refuse to be anyone's shortcut to sympathy or attention. My journey is not for sale, and my voice will not be controlled. I have fought too hard to be where I am to let anyone take advantage of my story. I do what I do because I believe in it, because I know the value of hard work, and because I refuse to be defined by anything other than my own determination.
I'm not for sale, you mother. Mm.
My unique abilities do not make me weak. They do not make me someone to be pitted, used, or manipulated. If anything, they have given me a perspective that many people will never understand, a perspective that allows me to see through the false support and recognize who truly stands with me. Interested in being someone's good deed or social project. I am here to build something real, to create a community that is based on truth, resilience, and preparedness. I have learned that not everyone who claims to be supportive truly is. Some people only want what benefits them, and as soon as that changes, so does their attitude. I am okay with that because I would rather walk my path alone than be surrounded by people who do not genuinely care. The people who truly believe in me and my mission will stick around, not because they want something in return, but because they understand the value of what I bring to the table. Unique prepping is not just a name, it is a mindset, a way of life. It is about adapting, overcoming, and preparing for whatever life throws our way. I have had to prepare in ways that most people never consider, not just physically but mentally and emotionally. And through all of it, I have remained true to myself. I will continue to stand firm, to speak my truth, and to create a space where people are valued for who they are, not for how they can be used. If you are here because you believe in what I stand for, because you respect part of a real, supportive community, then welcome. But if you are here looking for a token to exploit, you are in the wrong place. I am not here for views, for sympathy, or for someone else's personal gain. I am here because I have something to say, and I will continue saying it, on my terms, in my way, without apology. UP out.
Zach, I saw you get
Damn
frustrated.
right.
Your machine that did something. I saw that. I saw that, Zach. Yeah, but you're right, Zach. And look, if you're a YouTube channel and you have to use Zach to get views and subscribers, you need to get some better content. Okay? You need to reevaluate yourself and stop making YouTube videos that you want and make the videos that viewers would want or something. But using Zach as a prop to get those views, clicks, and shares and all that, like Buff said earlier, he is not for sale, guys. I'm sorry. You know, don't come up here on his panel. And like Zach will tell you, I never beg to come up on a panel. You know, Zach will reach out to those people. Usually, the people that are on his panel for that specific topic are subject matter experts, and he reaches out to them and says, "Hey, I want to do this. Here's the questions. You want to be on the panel, or you mind being on the panel, or whatnot?" That's what he does. You know, because he likes the different perspective from different channels, and they're pretty much subject matter experts. Now I know today he didn't have some people because I was actually looking forward to some other people coming up here and talking because I know that they had some wolves in their lives. One of them is actually working right now, so that's understandable. The other one I know should have been up here, but I understand why. They get mad. So, but yeah, don't be using
Yeah,
Zach. Unless you like Buff said, unless you want these two truck drivers to come after you.
yeah. Don't leash. Don't
Yeah,
don't
don't
freaking
be a
leash.
parasite.
If you're invited, be grateful for that invite from a person who has a channel that's bigger than yours. Okay, don't try to use that person as your. I'm great and friends with this person. I'm gonna. Hey, come on with me. Da, da, da. No, just do your damn thing. I got 378 subscribers. All right, and you know what? I don't give a damn. I'm not in this for the money. I'm not in it for the clout. I'm not in it for the recognition. I somehow I just started this. I started my channel as a joke, and somehow ended up with 370 subscribers. I'm like, well, I guess I'll keep going. F it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't really care. Um, and I'm definitely not gonna beg somebody who has a bigger channel than me. Hey, can you come on? Can you share stream your? I've never asked anybody who has a bigger channel than me to share stream when they come on panel. Everybody I know, all of y'all, have bigger followings
Zach,
than me, and I've never begged you or asked you, "Hey, man, can you share stream this?" Well, no, I don't care. I just don't care. I'm trying to build this on my own now. This was
Zach,
never the plan,
come on,
but here we are.
tell the truth. Tell the truth.
What?
You use
What?
Bratty all the time. Yes, you do, Zach. Yes, you do. Don't. She told me. She told me backstage. She told me backstage,
Stop
Zach.
it.
She said Zach
Brett,
uses me all the time. How rude.
so who should be ashamed of whose self in that situation? Wait a
Yeah, I didn't want to say anything all night. I didn't want to say anything all night. But Zach, stop being a wolf to Bratty, okay? All right, stop it. Okay, he's
Get out of here. That's what I'm talking about.
See, I
That's
told
what
you it's gonna hurt me. Oh, Zach, no. Oh, please don't do that again, Zach. I promise. I promise to be good.
You gonna behave?
I'm gonna behave.
Ow. Oh, oh, this hurts.
Ah, that's true.
Okay. All right, where are we at?
Zach's not really a wolf. He's more like a wolf pup.
All right, you watch out for them
Question number
claw
5.
marks.
What qualities should a strong and trustworthy community member have?
All right. Yeah, a strong,
Long, sharp
trustworthy
claws.
community. A strong,
Long.
trustworthy community member should possess qualities like honesty, integrity, reliability, responsibility, respect. Not only respect to others, but should respect themselves. Because I have noticed that some wolves out there don't really have respect for themselves, and wear some like Yeah, some stuff that no, but that I'm talking about that one individual. Confidence, accountability, and a willingness to actively listen and contribute to the community. Uh, well-being. Well, essentially, someone who keeps their promises, is truthful, and acts with consideration for others and the greater good. There you go.
Long, sharp claws, like Mayhem has exhibited. Battlefield prediction. How you just dug him into the back of Zach right there. That rhyme. But wait, what was the question? Hold on. Um,
You already forgot the question?
what qualities should a strong and trustworthy community member have? Well, I think you kind of answered that one with the question trustworthiness.
Yeah.
The one, I should be able to trust you, even if you're a stranger that we brought into this. I should be able to figure out, at least within a decent amount of time, if I can trust you. Uh, qualities? Aside of that, I don't really think I need you to prove that you can do something um for the community. Um if if you are fitting enough, I can have you tag along. Yeah, I'll take care of you. And I don't need you to do anything. Yeah, I don't
Mhm.
need anything from you. Um just stick with me. Come with me if you want to live kind of situation. Um, but wow, that trustworthiness thing, that's where I really stand with it. Can I go to sleep around you and not worry
Mhm.
about getting, off in the middle of the night? Um, I really want to establish that with you. That reminds me of a great movie, Book of Eli, Denzel Washington, Mila Kunis. How he didn't want her around him. He kept trying to leave her. And
Hmm.
whatever his reason was, it was. But he was a man that traveled solo and he didn't want anybody around him. Um I think, oh God, I think I see myself in a scenario like that. I don't want anybody around me. But if there is a community aspect to things, um, wow, I don't know where I'd go, but I definitely have my eyes. I'd definitely be sleeping with one eye open, having an eye open. Um, if I don't know you personally, I'm definitely
Mhm.
watching. I don't even know if I'd get sleep ever because I'm too busy worried about what's going on around me. As you should, as you should. You might have something in your resource pack that somebody else wants. Something as simple as a napkin. Oh, I could use a napkin. I'm gonna wait for him to go to sleep, and then I'm gonna steal it from him. But at the same time, said person might have a firearm or a knife, just something simple to defend themselves better than you have. and you f around and find out. Um, wow, what a wow, that's a what a loaded question. Um, damn it, Zach. But just watching people, I guess. If it came down to it, watching them attentively during the hours of awake, watching just to see what they act like. Maybe even throw some random questions at them. Just silly questions, just like, what do you think about AAA batteries? It's something silly out of the range of, like, why would you ask me that question? But just to see what they would say. You can get a read on people. Learned this while I was in school doing psychology. Um, it's kind of fun to throw random off the wall questions at people and just to see how they respond. And you can get a read on their personality. It's hilarious. Um, wow. What a what a great question. But I think I answered it as much as I can say. Um, just being
Mhm.
attentive. Yeah. Uh, yeah, I'm done. Yeah.
Throughout my journey, I have encountered people who mistake my kindness for weakness, assuming that because I have unique abilities, I won't stand up for myself or recognize when I am being taken advantage of. They think that by showing me a little support, I will automatically be loyal to them, no matter how they treat me. But what they don't realize is that I have had to navigate a world that wasn't built with me in mind. I have had to be strong, aware, and strategic in ways that many people will never understand. Some people see me as an easy target, believing they can manipulate me into doing what benefits them. They try to use flattery or fake support to gain my trust, only to turn around and exploit it when the opportunity arises. They assume that because I am open and honest about my experiences, I must also be naive. But what they fail to understand is that I have spent years learning how to see through deception, recognizing when someone's intentions don't match their words.
Yes.
There have been times when people pretended to be my friend just to gain access to my platform or my audience. They wanted to be associated with me because it made them look good, but they never truly cared about me as a person. They took advantage of my generosity, my willingness to help, and my belief in giving people the benefit of the doubt. Once they got what they wanted, they disappeared, proving that they were never genuine in the first place. I have also seen people try to take credit for my hard work, acting as if they played a bigger role in my success than they actually did. They want to attach themselves to my accomplishments while doing little to nothing to contribute. When it comes time to acknowledge who actually put in the effort, they conveniently rewrite history to make themselves look more important. But I know exactly how much work I have put into everything I do, and I won't let anyone diminish that.
Mhm.
Damn right. Damn it. Oh, what happened? Something happened? Yeah.
Yeah, it happened again.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Yeah, man. I just
Get a
can't
kissing.
stand that. I really just can't. I really can't stand that. people trying to use other people for like whatever something they might have that they think they can feed off of, leech off. I just really can't stand that.
Yeah, let us know when you're ready, Zach. When you got it fixed, we'll go ahead and fill
Yeah,
the
yeah,
there.
I'm watching.
You
I'm
good?
watching them.
Okay.
I
Yeah.
think he's close.
Yep. He's
Some
getting there.
individuals have taken advantage of my willingness to help others, expecting me to offer my time, energy, and resources without giving anything in return. They act as if I owe them something simply because they were once supportive or because they think I should be grateful for their attention. But support should never come with strings attached, and I refuse to be guilt-tripped into doing things for people who only show up when they need something. There have
Yes.
been moments when people assumed I wouldn't notice the way they were using me. They thought they could get away with talking about me behind my back while pretending to be my ally in public. They underestimated me, believing that I wouldn't figure out the truth. But I always do. And once I see someone's true colors, there is no going back. I do not have room in my life for people who are only around for personal gain. I have learned that not everyone who calls themselves a friend truly is one. Some people are only friendly as long as it benefits them, but the moment I set boundaries or refuse to be used, their attitude changes. They go from being supportive to being distant, or worse, resentful. That is when their true character is revealed, and I am reminded why it is so important to be selective about who I trust. Despite all of this, I refuse to let negative experiences change who I am. I will continue to be kind, to help others, and to build a community that values real connections. But I will also continue to protect myself from those who see me as nothing more than an opportunity. I have worked too hard to allow anyone to take advantage of me, and I will not let the wrong people drain my energy or take away from what I have built.
Damn right.
Unique prepping has never been about popularity, clout, or pleasing people who don't truly respect me. It is about truth, preparedness, and standing firm in what I believe. The people who are here for the right reasons will always have my support, and I will always be grateful for those who genuinely care. But I will never let myself be used, manipulated, or taken for granted again. My experiences have made me stronger, not weaker. I have learned to spot the warning signs of people who don't have good intentions, and I trust my instincts now more than ever. When someone tries to take advantage of me, they are only revealing who they really are, and once I see that, I have no problem walking away. I will always stand up for myself and my community because we deserve to be surrounded by people who are real, not those who only pretend to care.
Mhm.
Sounds angry and personal.
If you are here because you genuinely support what I stand for, I welcome you with open arms. But if you are here looking for a way to use me, to take advantage of my kindness, or to benefit yourself at my expense, know that I see right through it. I am
Fuck
not
off.
someone you can manipulate or control, and I will never allow anyone to take advantage of my work, my community, or my voice. Unique prepping is built on strength, resilience, and truth. That is what I stand for, and that is what I will always protect. No matter how many people try to take advantage of me, I will continue moving forward, staying true to myself and my mission. And if you are truly here for the right reasons, I appreciate you more than you know. Together, we are stronger, and together, we will continue to build something that no one can take away. UP out.
I hope y'all heard what this man just said. I hope you heard it. This man ain't speaking nothing but truth. That's why I love this dude, man.
I I love when Zach said those that call themselves friends, right? And I'm glad you said that, Zach, because I was thinking about that. When somebody calls themselves your friend, it's usually a little BS. It's when you call them your friend that they don't get to determine that, oh, I'm your friend, Zach. I'm your friend. It took, it takes, quite a while to build up a relationship with somebody. You can't just pop in and be like, oh, look at my friend. You know, um, we had case in point Friday night. Somebody that hasn't been to Zach's, you know, hasn't commented on any videos, hasn't been in the chat, just came in and said, I love and support you, Zach. And it was like, oh, really? You love and support him? No, the only reason why you're here is because I was up on your panel and they have a problem with me. Don't lie. And if you're one of those people that's gonna lie, manipulate, and use Zach, buddy, I feel sorry for you. You know why? Because I know Zach can stand up for himself, but he's got a whole army right behind him. He's got me, he's got Buff, he's got Brady, he's got so many people. He's got Heather, so many people that love and admire what he does, and they're here for him to listen to the truth, like Buff said, that he spreads and introduces you to new stuff, right? There's so many people that admire that, and if you're one of those that's gonna abuse him, I feel sorry for you.
Yeah, you can get the fuck right out of here with that bull.
Yeah.
Wow.
Don't let that
Okay.
door hit you where the good Lord split you.
You got time for this. This man is just trying to be informative. He's trying to educate. He's trying to help. Help! He's trying to help. How dare you? Trying to just, I want to stream with you. You're gonna help my channel. No, that's not the kind of help. No, you. If you can't do it on your own, well, you need to be left alone.
Mm-hmm. Uh-huh.
I'm so
Yeah.
sick of these people that do stuff like that. As I've gotten
Like-
more into the streaming stuff and stuff like that, yeah, I mean, I find it disgusting. No, don't leech on somebody else's channel. I was happy as all day when yeah, BBB made me part of the crew that she does. She said like how many? What was 100,000 something plus subscribers? Cool.
Yeah.
I mean, cool.
Zach,
But
you're cheating
I
on me?
came
You talk
across
dirty to Funky? I thought you talk dirty to me. That's messed up.
what?
Zach's been playing us. You see that, Funky? He's been playing us. He talks
Unsubscribe.
dirty to me and you? What?
I can't see chat, so I don't even know what
Yeah.
you're
Oh, sorry. No, Funky said I just keep Zach around because he talks dirty to me. So.
Oh, wow. Pause. What?
Oh man, that's too funny.
Oh, going on, but yeah,
Yeah. I mean, if you if you're one of those content creators and you want to learn how to grow your channel, like simple. You don't even need to have Zach up on your panel or anything. Just reach out to him and say, "Hey, Zach, I'm thinking about starting a channel, or I'm thinking about doing these videos. What do you think about this? Zach will help you out. And I mean, I've only been, Battlefield production has only been up since uh, the beginning, like the second week of January, and I'm already almost at 600 subscribers because Zach, I consulted with Zach, and I'm like, Zach, what do you think about this, man? And he's like, oh man, that sounds great. That's exactly up your alley. You served in the military. You know about these guns and gears and gadgets and everything. And I was like, well, what do you think about these live streams when I start going live? On target discussion where everything's like a battlefield, whether it's like, a mental battlefield or a physical battlefield or, political battlefield, whatever. He's like, oh man, once you start that, that's going to be amazing. You know, I can't wait to get up on the panel with you on that, and we could talk about this. And he shared ideas. Zach's pretty smart. He's pretty smart. He can grow your channel. Seriously, he could grow your channel, and he doesn't even have to hop up on it. Just ask him for advice, and he's like, "Hey, man, this is what's successful." It's that simple. You want to
May I
use
repeat
him?
what I said for the new
Use his
people coming
advice.
in?
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, share channel. Do whatever you want.
But yeah, the leashes. With the prepping community, these are the people you don't want around you. As we have the YouTube leashes. Yeah, you don't want the ones out there when we're trying to fight for survival. Limiting and rationing our resources. You don't want these
Mhm.
leashes just like, oh, I'm gonna be all cool and good with you because you seem to be in control of how stuff is how you say, if in a community that's
Mhm.
stuck in an structured way, how things are distributed out resources. No, um you want to leash on to the leader, and I only like you
Mhm.
because you seem like you can be beneficial to me. Yeah, that.
Mhm.
It,
You're not only a leech, you're a parasite.
mm-hmm.
You're you're draining the life force out of Zach. If you do that to me, you're draining the life force out of me. If you're doing that to Buff, you're draining the life force out of him. Anybody in the chat, you do that to them, you're draining the life force out of them. Stop it. Be an individual. Be independent, not dependent. Be independent. Find your own niche. That's what you need to do.
Bring something to
And
the table, at
right,
least.
bring something to the table. Oh, and I can't stand those people that just come to your channel. I don't know if you've had this. I think I've seen Zach have it a few times where they're like, "Oh, let me get a wrench. Let me get a wrench." No.
Oh,
Who are you, and why do you think I should give you a wrench? I don't know you. You know, most everybody that's modded on my channel has my phone number. So if you're not modded on my channel and you hate me, guess what? Text me or call me to let me know why you hate me. And if you don't have my phone number, you don't know me enough to hate me.
huh.
Oh, go ahead, Zach. Bratty.
Today, Zach.
Is Zach's dad in the chat? No?
Hmm?
The new ones, I want to say something.
Good.
Okay.
People have often underestimated me because of my unique abilities, seeing me not as an individual with knowledge, strength, and a purpose but as a token they can use for their own gain.
Mm-hmm.
My cerebral palsy does not define me, yet some people in the past have tried to make it my defining trait, using it to draw attention to themselves. They saw an opportunity to showcase themselves as inclusive or supportive when, in reality, they were only interested in what my presence could do for them. Instead of valuing my voice, they wanted to control how it was used, ensuring that my experiences fit their narrative rather than allowing me to speak on my own terms. I have seen people attach themselves to me, pretending to be allies, only to use my story as a way to gain sympathy or boost their own platforms. They wanted to be the person who helped or uplifted someone with unique abilities, making themselves look good in the process. But their actions spoke louder than their words. When the cameras were off or when I didn't fit the image they wanted to project, they were nowhere to be found. They weren't interested in me as a person, they were interested in the attention they could get by associating with me. It became clear that, to some people, I was nothing more than a talking point. They would invite me into conversations, not because they valued what I had to say, but because they wanted to show that they were inclusive. It was never about genuinely hearing my perspective, it was about how they could use my words to support whatever agenda they were pushing. When I spoke about things that didn't align with their goals, they would either dismiss me or try to steer the conversation back to what benefited them. I have had people try to place limits on what I should or shouldn't talk about, as if my unique abilities
There
meant
it
I
is.
could only discuss certain topics. They expected me to stick to a script, one that made them comfortable or served their personal interests. But I refuse to be boxed in. I have thoughts, experiences, and insights that go far beyond what some people expect, and I refuse to let anyone dictate what I can and cannot say. I am not here to be anyone's token. I am here to be myself, to share my knowledge, and to help build a community that values truth, preparedness, and unity. Some have tried to take advantage of the hard work I put into my content, using my platform as a stepping stone for their own ambitions. They saw the effort I put into unique prepping and thought they could ride on my success, pretending to support me while secretly looking for ways to gain more views, followers, or credibility for themselves. They would act like they were invested in my mission, only to disappear the moment they realized they couldn't control it or that they weren't benefiting as much as they had hoped. There have been moments where people tried to make me feel like I should be grateful for their help, as if I needed their validation or approval to succeed. They positioned themselves as if they were doing me a favor by including me in their spaces, as if I couldn't stand on my own. But what they failed to realize is that I have always been capable. I have always had the drive to push forward, and I do not need anyone's permission to be who I am. Their so-called help was never about me, it was about their own egos, their own desire to be seen as someone who uplifts others when, in reality, they were only lifting themselves.
Yeah.
I have faced people who have tried to silence me when my words didn't align with their image. When I spoke the truth about my experiences, about prepping, about what really matters, they became uncomfortable. They didn't want someone with my unique abilities to have a strong voice. They wanted me to stay in the role they had assigned me, a role that made them look good, a role that kept me from challenging the status quo. But I refused to stay quiet. My voice matters, and I will not let anyone dictate how I use it. It has been frustrating to see how people will exploit someone's unique abilities for their own gain while doing little to actually support them in meaningful ways. They want to highlight struggles but not solutions. They want to showcase my journey but not respect my independence. They want to use my presence to check a box, proving to the world that they are inclusive, while doing nothing to actually uplift or listen to people with unique abilities. Despite all of this, I refuse to let these experiences define me. I have learned to recognize the people who genuinely care from those who are only looking for an opportunity. I have surrounded myself with people who value my insights, who respect my independence, and who understand that I am not here to be someone's token. I am here to share knowledge, build a strong community, and encourage people to be prepared for whatever life throws at them. Through these experiences, I have become even more determined to control my own narrative. I will not let anyone use me for their own purposes. My story is mine to tell, and I will tell it in a way that stays true to who I am. I am not an accessory to someone else's success. I am not a prop for people to display when it benefits them. I am a leader, a thinker, and a doer, and I will continue to build my platform on my terms. This journey has taught me a lot about people's true intentions. It has made me more cautious about who I trust, but it has also made me stronger. I know what it feels like to be used, and I refuse to let it happen again. My unique abilities are not a weakness, they are a strength. And anyone who truly understands that will recognize that I am not here to be put on display. I am here to make a difference. Unique prepping is not just about prepping, it's about resilience, independence, and truth. It's about showing people that no matter what challenges they face, they have the power to push forward. I will continue to do what I do, not for views, not for approval, but because it's my mission. And if people want to support that mission, they need to do so with genuine intentions, not with the goal of using me as a stepping stone for their own success. UP out.
Did you catch that? Did you hear that, guys?
Yeah, I definitely gotta agree with that shit. The whole
But
token.
that definitely is a message for the people in the chat. Everybody in the chat, everybody up on panel. We love you, Zach. That message was for those morons out there. I'm going to call you morons because you're not very bright. You guys are morons. The things you did to Zach was messed up. You know, but that's their loss, Zach, not yours. You're a good dude. Don't let them bring you down. Don't don't let them bring you down because you're gonna come across wolves, you're gonna come across leeches, you're gonna come across parasites, you're gonna come across all kinds of people. You know. You're in good company.
Yeah,
Yep.
to be used as
Especially with us too, because never know what state we'll be in, guys. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge, hint, hint. Just saying. Yeah, he does have a mean middle finger. He does. That thing is scary.
to be used as that token. I understand that completely. The experiences I've had getting into um, before the whole streaming thing, but just hanging out with people. Oh, this guy is into things that we're in. We're gonna have him be a friend, and we can say, "Hey, I know a black guy."
Yeah.
Okay. What? Huh? Okay. All right.
Oh, darn it. Buff has exposed my reason for keeping him around. That way I could win the argument when talking about black people, man. We're like, I got a black friend. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I don't I don't argue with stupid people. I'm sorry.
Hey, the
I'm,
hell! You get one of them arguments, you hit me right up. I will join the conversation. Like, hey, how you doing?
yeah. Hey,
Or
hey,
maybe
how
I
you
should
doing?
go the other way. But what's up, fool? Shit, you mess with my boy?
Yeah.
I got you. But I'm about
Any final words for tonight?
that's a good
I'll
one.
let Buff go first.
Well, yeah. Wow. Why does it always seem to come back to this one? The Bill and Ted, be kind to everybody. But yeah, there was some really great things said there. In what Zach was saying. Um, and you, of course, you two mayhem. You reflecting off what he said. Um, people need to understand you just can't take advantage of people that you think you can. You're a manipulative piece of crap. Um, learn that sometimes that the things that you do will come back and bite you in the butt. Um, the people that you maybe you know, maybe you don't know that you're taking advantage of someone, but maybe you take a second and think about it. Um, just stop, breathe, take a second, and think about what you're about to do. What's your next move? Especially, especially. Oh God, I got a hiccup, sir. In a survival situation, just stop and just take a second. What could be the consequence? What could happen if I did it this way? Is there a better way? What should I do? But people just really don't do that. They don't slow down, stop, and think. So yeah, that's my final words. If you want to make a major decision, just before you do it, stop, slow down, stop, and think, and then make your decision from there.
Yeah.
Oh, I got the hiccups real bad. Whoops. Okay, I'm done.
You I agree with that, Buff, and two you get you know, when you stop and you think, ask yourself, how do you want to be treated? Because ultimately, you may be doing this to somebody. You may do it to Zach, Buff, me. Eventually, what goes around comes around, and you're gonna feel pretty darn shitty when somebody does the same thing to you, and you're gonna be like, "Oh my gosh, I can't believe they did that to me." Well, guess what? You've done that to other people. And coming from a Christian standpoint, especially if you call yourself a Christian, it says there in the good book to treat others well. If you deny him, he will deny you. Right? Love one another. Love is patient. Love is kind. It is not quick to anger. It is not vengeful. Show love to one another. And if you're one of those people that you just can't get out of being a wolf, you need to go get like an exorcism or something, because you are doing the devil's work. And no, and you will be called out by everybody. Everybody that's friends with me is going to call you out. Everybody that's friends with Zach is going to call you out. Buff, we're going to call you out. If you're with friends in the chat, if you go against them, their friends are going to call you out. And remember, just because you think you know the law, it is called defamation. It is slander. And if you write it on Facebook or in a comment section or anything like that, that's liable. That's written. That's written slander. Don't do that. That is actually a misdemeanor. It is a crime. You can't do it. So be smart. Do you want, and I think I had a conversation with Rescue today, Zach, and I'm going to end with this. The problem is why people do this is because of the age of technology and social media. There is no repercussions for these people because most of these people are hiding behind a fake name, a fake profile, or whatever, and they think that they can't be touched. Well, in my case, in Zach's case, and Buff's case, and anybody here that is friends, that's wrong, because I know some people where I could get your IP address and I can figure out exactly where you live, and you will have either a cease and desist letter or you will be facing court.
That's
It's
what
just
they
that
don't
simple.
understand. I
Yep.
get your IP address. Yeah,
Yep.
that's a wrap.
Yep. But I said too much. But whatever. I'm not going to get your IP address and go to your house. I'm going to send paperwork and be like, you're going to see me in court. How about that?
Yeah.
The journey of building a strong, united, and prepared community has never been easy, but it has always been worth it. Through all the challenges, the setbacks, and the lessons learned, one thing remains true: those who are here for the right reasons will always stand together. It is not about gaining approval from the world or seeking validation from those who do not understand what we stand for. It is about building something real, something lasting, something that cannot be shaken by those who try to take advantage of us. Unique prepping has never been about trends or popularity. It has been about truth, resilience, and preparedness. It has been about learning from the past, preparing for the future, and standing firm in what is right. There will always be those who misunderstand, who judge without knowing, and who assume things based on their own limited perspective. That does not change the mission, nor does it weaken the foundation that has been built. Those who are part of this community know what it means to be prepared in every sense, physically, mentally, and spiritually. They know that the world does not owe us anything and that survival depends on knowledge, awareness, and action. They know that strength is not just about how much you can carry but about how much you can endure. Unique prepping has always been a space for real conversations, unfiltered truths, and the hard lessons that many ignore. It is about breaking free from the system's control and understanding that self-sufficiency is the key to survival. It is about recognizing that the world is shifting in ways that demand action, not just words. It is about preparing for the unexpected, staying vigilant, and not allowing distractions to pull us away from what truly matters. There is no room for selfishness in true preparedness. A strong community does not allow the wolves to roam freely among the sheep. It does not allow manipulation, deceit, or division to take root. It holds people accountable, expects integrity, and values the hard work that goes into building something real. Those who only take, who only show up when there is something in it for them, will eventually expose themselves. Their actions speak louder than any words they can offer. The difference between those who genuinely care and those who pretend to is always revealed in time. Every person who has supported Unique Prepping, who has shared, commented, liked, and encouraged others to get involved, has played a role in making this movement what it is. This is not about one person but about a collective effort to wake people up and prepare for the reality ahead. It is about standing up for truth, building something lasting, and ensuring that no one is left vulnerable because they were unprepared. It is about community, unity, and the strength that comes from working together instead of tearing each other down. For anyone who wants to find anything related to Unique Prepping, be sure to visit the LinkTree link in the description. Everything is there: resources, updates, and ways to stay connected. If you believe in this mission, if you find value in what is shared here, please like, subscribe, comment, and share. The more people who hear these messages, the stronger this community becomes. The more we spread awareness, the less control the world has over those who are waking up. Every lesson learned, every struggle overcome, and every challenge faced has only made this community stronger. No matter how many try to take advantage, no matter how many attempt to manipulate or use others for their own gain, the truth will always stand. The ones who are real will always remain. The ones who believe in something greater than themselves will always rise above the rest. It is not about what the world thinks, it is about what is right. I love you all. For God hath not given us the spirit of fear, but of power, and of love, and of a sound mind. 2 Timothy 1 verse 7, KJV. Stay prepared, stay unique, and God bless.
Making moves like a chess piece, always on the grind. In this game called life, gotta sharpen up the mind. Unique prepping, got the vision locked and loaded. Every challenge that arises, I'm determined, I'm devoted. Stay ready for the call, answer life's demands, and we'll rise together, we'll take our stand. Unique prepping, it's more than a show. We're building foundations, we're ready to grow. Like, share, comment, let your voice be known. Together we can thrive, we're never alone. Every view, every like you support is the fire that keeps me hyped. Comment, depth, and insight, share the vision wide. This community's growing and we'll ride this tide. So go ahead and subscribe, don't miss a beat. Tune in next time, let's make this complete. Unique prepping, it's more than a show. We're building foundations, we're ready to grow. Like, share, comment, let your voice be known. Together we can thrive, we're never alone. Let that fire ignite. See you next time, let's keep it bright. Like, share, comment. Prepping, it's more than a show. We're building foundations, we're ready to grow. Like, share, comment, let your voice be known. Together we can thrive, we're never alone. You pushing forward, let that fire ignite. See you next time, let's make this complete. Unique prepping, it's more than a show. We're building foundations, we're ready to grow. Like, share, comment, let your voice be known. Together we can thrive, we're never alone. Never alone. Never alone. Keep pushing forward, let that fire ignite. See you next time, let's keep it bright. Yeah. Let that fire ignite. See you next time, let's keep it bright.
Blessed are the peacemakers, for they shall be called the children of God. Matthew 5 verse 9 KJV.